Wow, look at that.
So that means we're live then.
We're recording. We're good to go.
Alrighty then. This is the best start of the podcast so far, guys.
Hey, no complications here, officer.
So I'm David Sterling. That's
Jayden Burgart.
and we are multi
Media.
madness.
Boom. Easy.
How's it going, everyone? So we have a couple topics to go on today. Basically, like the last one we mentioned, Remembrance Day and Stan Lee passing away.
May he rest in peace.
Stan the man. We're basically gonna be. There's some controversial comments going on a little bit by what's his name, Bill
Bill Maher.
Maher. That's his. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
Um,
bring that up on screen right now. The article we're referencing. So here's the article that I found on Facebook. So Bill Maher disrespects Stanley's legacy and questions the importance of comic books.
like
So I definitely recommend you read this entire thing
yeah,
because Bill Maher goes off in this, and I don't know what it is. He's it's the Jimmy Kimmel effect where he doesn't. I don't think he fully
he doesn't
understands.
understand it exactly.
Exactly.
Like uh, it, so he's saying that people pointed out through fans are using their smarts on stupid stuff. Like it's exactly what you were talking about with Kimball. Like
Hmm.
um,
Interesting.
oh, we just had some lights out
Okay.
anyway.
Anyways.
That doesn't really matter. So how you were talking about last week about Kimball like not understanding gaming stuff like that. He's talking about the same thing and not understanding comics, and it's just like, yeah, you are kind of just reading or watching a movie or something like that, but like it it's been such an influential thing for society as a whole
Hmm.
that it can't be a bad thing. Like he he states on like people should be reading these as children, but like
Hmm.
just because adults read it too doesn't mean it's a bad thing, you know?
Yeah. He says, "Now I have nothing against comic books. I read them now and then when I was a kid, and I was all out of Hardy Boy. When I was all out of Hardy Boys, but the assumption everyone had back then, both the adults and the kids, was that comics were for kids, and when you grew up, you moved on to big boy books without the pictures. I'm sorry, but times have changed."
Exactly. Maybe back then when it was just, but that's why comics have changed to focus on more influential issues. Like back in the 80s, there's specifically like drug abuse stories because
Hmm.
that was a big problem back then. 9/11, Marvel had a big story about what happened to the trade centers, and it helped kind of bring more kind of hope. I guess would be a way to it, kind of realism, because like and like going back to some big ones like World War II,
Hmm.
the comics like Captain America, Superman were in quote unquote in World War II before United States actually were. Like, and that shows on how I guess it's kind of influence the world around you. Like,
Hmm.
and like I was saying to you earlier today, like during so you would have a care package in World War II. They'd give you coffee, food, whatever. They would literally send Captain America and like Wonder Woman comics overseas to help boost morale of the troops.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it, it's just ridiculous. It's not just here's a kid's book. It's been such a big thing for the world,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's influenced almost everyone at this point. I what I'm feeling from Bill Maher and Jimmy Kimmel specifically is that they are just old men that are stuck in the past and they just haven't evolved into the future. Like they don't see it how it is. I'm sure everyone like late night talk show talked about this at some point,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure like Jimmy Fallon was more than respectful and gave like his most humble apologies and stuff like that and would celebrate his culture.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Maher, I don't know. I've kind of
There,
lost respect for him.
yeah, exactly. There are different styles of shows too. Bill Maher is like
More
more,
educational,
yeah, exactly, more
informative.
straightforward. Yeah, where Kimmel really or Fallon, I mean, really focuses on entertainment, right?
Yeah.
So it would make more sense on the perspective. So like, I get his perspective of like, okay, everyone has their own opinion and stuff like that. Of course, you're allowed to have your own opinion on whatever you're talking about, but it's just hard to agree
Yeah,
with his opinion.
yeah, exactly. It's hard. It's like you can kind of see it from that perspective, but now as times go on, you kind of can't agree with it. You kind of just have to be like, hey, what these are now.
Yeah.
These are no longer just like, oh, this is a character in a comic book. Like, these are now people walking around in real life. They are on people's shoulders and backs as tattoos.
Yeah.
They are inspirational quotes. They are
Yeah.
like figures we look up to.
Exactly. Like, yeah, Superman is like super OP, but and like it's the truth, justice, and American way or whatever, right? But
Mm-hmm.
like there's been people saying that they became cops because of a certain superhero or something like that, right?
Exactly
You know,
right.
and it helps inspire people to for hope, even though yeah, some people are gonna be negative regardless, but like you have that um, power to it, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Well, welcome back. That was a technical issue that we unfortunately came across.
Yeah, we had a little bit of issue trying to find a room today, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, like not to be salty, but like hour and a half break. Unless there's like one person, but even then, it's like you only get half an hour.
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
It's fine.
I don't know. We'll give the Nate staff some credit here.
yeah.
But anyways, what were
We
we
were
on about?
talking about their influence of comic books in society,
Mm-hmm.
because like, and I was talking about how it influenced people to become cops or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, I don't know what much else to say. That it's just a big thing. I'm just because technically of what he was talking about of going on people sitting to like watch movies is kind of true in a way because yes, comic books has kind of influenced me, but for me personally, but like more in the way of wanting to be an artist and creating stuff, not necessarily in the way of my personality, like um yes, in my personality because I'm the type of person that likes comic books and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but not in the way of I'm a good person because of comic books. You know,
Yeah.
so maybe some people are because they read a lot more and it's a big and it's a big kind of inspiration for them.
Yeah. I
But
I definitely think having media does impact people quite a bit. Like I
exactly,
feel like I'm a better person because I like watch these shows that show me how to be a human. That's what we learn in story development, right?
yeah,
How to be a human and live a better life.
yeah,
And so like all of these great stories like Captain America, Iron Man, like Black Widow, stuff like that. Not only those, it's not only limited to just what Stan Lee did,
yeah.
but comic books, video games as a whole, it shows us like our humanity.
Manga, everything. You know,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
and just going into manga doesn't necessarily mean just North America, right?
Yeah,
Like overseas into Asia and stuff like that, they have a completely different culture than we do. Yet that's one thing we definitely still share is the love of that medium. Even though it's a different style, it's still the same
mm-hmm.
idea, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I can't like I said before, I can see his opinion why he would think that, but I just can't agree with it, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's why a lot of people are talking about
Yeah,
this.
I don't think it's a wrong opinion. I think it's just an older opinion.
Yeah,
It
because
just
like yeah,
needs to be updated. It's like Windows needs to be updated
you
to
need to
get the
update
better
it.
shit. Yeah, but yeah,
You
that
need to
was
update your mind just like you need to update your software.
yeah, exactly. And Davis and I were talking about this earlier. I'll fight Jimmy Kimmel. I'll tweet at him and just like, yo, Jimmy, fight me about esports. I dare you. But like, you know what he's going to do, right? If I somehow make it onto his show, you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna embarrass me. He's gonna cut me off. He's gonna try to make me feel stupid, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna silently like bring an air horn or something. So when he starts talking, and just like,
Yeah,
your
that
opinion
like
is wrong. That's not wrong, but it's just like you need to let me speak. It's just like, but this is
yeah,
just
okay.
just like you see that. That's what I hear when you interrupt me. That's what I hear.
You just really don't like Kimmel.
I don't like Kimmel. No, his esport. I'll like. We'll have to probably go into it one day. This will be like a huge backstory thing.
Yeah.
But like, I was at a point when I was at work where I was writing this script, and it's like 4 or 5 pages long. And I might actually, because I now have bought Final Draft Pro, I'm thinking about taking that, printing that off, and then sharing it with like the group, and
Mm-hmm.
just being like, who wants to help me make this movie?
Yeah.
And it's not like something we can shoot like film. It's more of like editing practice and
Okay.
writing practice. But it's basically like why esports is important and why it should be in the same league as regular sports,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's like has way higher standards for sports than they do for esports. It's like, oh, esports is video games, it doesn't take skill. It's like, well, soccer is a sport, it doesn't take skill. That's what you're equivalating it to.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, no, because you have to have physical skill with the ball, you have to have endurance and stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, you need to have mental capacity, you need to have physical skill, you need to have that mental and physical endurance to play video games to the high enough level.
Professionally compared to just casually. Yeah.
Exactly, right? Like playing Hearthstone does not require that much physical skill. It requires a lot more intellect. But the it's basically like I equivalent Hearthstone to poker because both of them are mathematical games.
Mm-hmm.
You need to figure out what your opponent has, if they're bluffing, if they're like ready to make something happen,
Mm-hmm.
and with an element of luck into it, so
Yeah.
you keep the game fun and
Yeah.
fresh.
Exactly. And yet, poker is not necessarily a sport, but it's still televised thing that people watch, right? So how
Exactly.
come that's like, same thing? I like people have respect if you're a poker player, but if you're a video gamer, you're still, you know, not a
Yeah,
great
you're not
not a great
represented
respect.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that goes back same thing with like comic book. If you're like George R. R. Martin and you're writing a whole world actually in print compared to not in print in like just in the novel
Yeah.
compared to any writers that are writing for a comic book, it's people don't see that as being an actual writer
Hmm.
or even being an illustrator for comics. They don't for still some reason still don't see that as being an actual art form
Hmm.
when it totally is. Like being a writer, because yeah, in a novel you're using a lot more words to describe everything, but you have picture and word to describe the entire world.
Exactly.
Like and in comics you there's multiple worlds, so you have different
Exactly.
people telling different stories through different same
Hmm.
character or different so
Yeah.
it's just influenced quite a bit of things in this
Yeah.
world. So
It's just like, don't harp on something because you don't like it. Like I'm such a hypocrite with this. Well, which is gonna actually lead into our next topic. So, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu came
yeah,
out for the Nintendo Switch.
yeah,
I was harping on it because I have never touched the game and I have completely wrong opinions because I have never touched the game and
mm-hmm,
I've only seen little bits and pieces of it. But from what I'm reading online and from what I've seen so far, it's basically Pokemon Go, except on Nintendo Switch. And it's a much easier Pokemon game. And I was thinking to myself, I really wouldn't enjoy that, and that's what I would express my opinions about.
mm-hmm,
I'd say, don't get this game because this is how I feel about it.
yeah,
Maybe it wasn't communicating the best sense, but my point still stands. This is like my brother had bought the game and he said it's really easy. He says it's fun. It's like a casual game.
mm-hmm,
It's really easy, and from what I've seen so far, there's not much challenge to the actual game. So I know I wouldn't enjoy it, and
mm-hmm.
that's what I like. Most of my friends are like that. They enjoy a challenge. Like one of my friends is a huge Dark Souls gamer. I don't know
Oh my God, Dark
if
Souls is
yeah.
one of the hard
So
known as one of the hardest games to
he
complete.
exactly. So he's completed like Dark Souls 3 and stuff like that. He's played Bloodborne. Like he came over one day to play Bloodborne. He played it for 3 hours and made it farther than I could probably in 30. He's that good.
Wow.
He understands the game that well. But anyways, to going back to Pokemon. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite for doing it, but at least I like will try my best to change it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because I just need to change the wording of it because I don't think my opinions are wrong where I should be expressing my concerns about the game and whether people should be spending $80 on something that isn't worth its money.
Yeah, it's your personal opinion, but like, it's that's the thing about doing like a critique about something. It's hard to find it like just on the game itself or the movie itself, whatever, not on your personal opinion,
Yeah,
right?
I'd love to like go on Twitter. I should do that whenever I like beat a game or I like hear about something. I should go on Twitter. That's what Twitter's for and just be like, here's what I think about it
Mm-hmm.
and just be more active on there. But unfortunately, it's just like Twitter's not my biggest active social platform. But I'm gonna try my best,
Mm-hmm.
especially because it's like Christmas is coming. I'll probably get a video game or two and I'll play it to completion. Like
Yeah,
I still have that list of video games that I should make of all the video games that I have yet to touch.
yeah,
Like I've yet to beat Kingdom Hearts 1. I've yet to beat Kingdom Hearts 2 because I really want Kingdom Hearts 3 because it looks like such a fun game. I haven't beat the new Crash Bandicoot. I want to get the new Spyro because I want to play that. Like all these childhood games. Like I'm doing my second playthrough of Persona. There's just so much to do, but not enough
Not enough.
game time.
Yeah, exactly.
Not enough time in the world to savor it all without sacrificing something. Which honestly, if I could, I would sacrifice sleep. But anyways, let's move on from
Yeah.
this topic.
So
So
basically, going back to talk Pokemon, we're
Pokemon.
gonna be going over the Detective Pikachu trailer that I'm sure most people have already seen, but if not, we're gonna play it here for you now.
Okay, but before we get into this, how much did you like enjoy this trailer?
It looks decent. It looks pretty like I said, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan,
Yeah.
but it still looks fun. Like I don't know if I would go spend my money to see it in theaters,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I'll probably find it online or something like that, or you
Yeah.
know, because
I I'm definitely going to see this in theaters.
it is Ryan Reynolds, and I do like Ryan Reynolds. So
Hmm. I think Ryan Reynolds with a combination of a Pokemon IRL world is just awesome concept to me. So
yeah,
definitely gonna go see this. I'm gonna bring along some of my friends who are big fans of Pokemon.
yeah,
We're gonna go watch this. But anyways, we're gonna watch the trailer together
yeah.
with sound on, uh, which won't work for me unfortunately from the way the laptop is set up. But that's totally fine. And then we're gonna keep the trailer playing so you keep getting playthroughs of it, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna look at certain sections that we found interesting.
Exactly.
So let's take a look. Here's
Let's.
the first playthrough.
Welcome to Rhyme City, a celebration of the harmony between humans and Pokemon.
Tim, your dad was a legend in this precinct. If you were anything like your dad.
I'm not.
I remember. You wanted to be a Pokemon trainer when you were young.
Yeah, that didn't really work out. Someone there? Whoever you are, I know how to use this.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. I know you can't understand me, but put down the stapler or I will electrocute you.
Did you just talk?
Whoa. Did you just understand me? Oh my god, you can understand me! Stop! I've been so lonely.
They try to talk to me all the time. All they hear is Pika Pika.
You can hear him, right?
Pika Pika! Yeah, Pika Pika Pika, he's adorable.
You're adorable. They can't understand me, kid.
Can no one else hear him? I don't need a Pokemon, period.
Then what about a world-class detective? Because if you want to find your pops, I'm your best bet.
We're gonna do this. You and me.
There's magic that brought us together, and that magic is called hope.
Listen up. We got ways to make you talk. Or mime.
Yeah.
So tell us what we want to know. Pipe. Yes. Okay. I can. Shoving. Pushing. My problem is that I push people away and then hate them for leaving.
He's saying you can shove it.
What? I can shove it? Okay, that's it. No, we're switching roles. I'm bad cop. You're good cop.
No, we're not cops.
In my head, I saw that differently.
Alrighty
Alrighty.
then. Yeah. Uh,
What a trailer!
look like I said, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but like this does look fun. Definitely fun. It's definitely a good adjective for this.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's definitely fun. The one thing that I noticed is this guy, where the heck? Right here.
Mhm.
Don't remember his name. Glad he's still acting though. He's such a good character. He's such a good actor. Love this guy.
I
don't
don't really recognize him.
I'll look it up.
IMDb for the win.
Yeah, there we go.
But I do like how like it's an established world, right? So instead of it just being like the game and you kind of go like I've been trying to capture Pokemon or whatever, it's literally so you have the real life of what people would be doing in real life, as well as becoming a Pokemon leader or gym is a real like career that you'd be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I do like that scene how he's like a little kid. Instead of it being a gun, it's just a stapler.
Yeah. I was so confused when I first watched this. I'm like, there's actually guns in this universe? Holy shit, this is so messed up. But I found the name of the actor, Ken Watanabe.
Okay.
So,
what has
yeah.
he been in?
He's I think he was in, what was it, Godzilla? I'm pretty sure he was in Godzilla. Let's take a look real quick. Inception, The Last Samurai, and Godzilla, yeah.
Okay, so
He hasn't been, it doesn't look like he's been in too much, but he's been really good.
so he's not a huge actor, but he's still like enough
He's still well
to be known. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's done really well.
Yeah, and I did like so. Going back to this scene right here. Oh my god, your mouse is really fast. So this scene right here, when they go Pika Pika, this part here, that the voice of that Pikachu is the original voice actress for the original anime. I learned that for the
really
when they go the Pika Pika part. Yeah,
like
not her. Oh. No, the one because it goes you can hear me. You're the only one that can hear me, right?
Oh yeah.
So okay. And then it goes to this girl saying and Pika Pika. That voice is the original voice actress who did the original Pikachu from the original anime.
That's awesome. I'm glad they added that in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was the only one that expected this, but did anyone else expect like Ryan Reynolds to swear in this scene?
Especially because of Deadpool.
Exactly.
I know.
You're like, oh yeah, he's gonna swear now because it's like, oh, you can't understand me, you idiot.
Yeah.
Like something like that, right? But no, he doesn't swear, which is of course very good and very expected.
Because it has to be child friendly, right?
Child friendly. But what I love about this movie the most is like all the different Pokemon you see. So like there's a Squirtle, there's a Pancham.
Yeah, they have different generations. It's not just first gen. It looks like it's mostly first gen.
Yeah, I don't know what this Pokemon.
I don't remember what it's called. I did see a video about what describing it though. But look how sad Pikachu is though. How he's like
he's sick.
Yeah, he's probably like passed out or something. So there is like. It looks like it's going to be kind of explaining. Maybe they're going to introduce a Nurse Joy. You know how in the games how Nurse Joy was the same no matter what area you were in. Same thing with the one cop.
Yeah, same with Jenny, Officer Jenny. Yeah.
Right.
And then the hopefully there's Chanseys as well. I'm sure we'll see.
Yeah, the Mr. Mime scene though is so confusing because Mr. Mime is such a Jigglypuff is super cute, so mad.
Mm-hmm. Charizard, look how badass that is. Look at the lighting. Look at the fire effect.
The fire, everything. The main thing I don't like about this is that you can tell it's a little bit lower budget compared. It's obviously higher budget than what we would be working with.
Oh yeah.
But it's lower compared to like Marvel, for example, right?
Oh yeah.
Because honestly, to me, these the Pokemon, they look kind of like Ted. You know, they kind of look like a teddy bear that came to life in that aspect. They don't look like real animals to me.
I think that's kind of the like hybrid they're going towards. Is like it looks like a Ted look, so it's a fictional character, but it's set in the real world, and this is how it would come out, right? So
instead of it just being like Mowgli, how it's supposed to be like literally a real animal.
Yeah.
So
like it's made by Legendary, Warner Brothers Production, and it's on the Pokemon Company. These are some pretty good companies. So
Legendary Legendary and Warner Brothers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think the art style that they're going with it does super well. So let's just like this is such a cool scene.
No, what's it called? It's like it has a name of like a ninja. It's
Greninja.
Yeah, I was like
one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Like a ninja badass frog. Like this is actually its tongue. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
So, like I don't enjoy this like freeze frame right now because one looks super cool and the other two are just look like they're jumping.
But it's only gonna be on scene for like a second,
yeah,
so that's why.
Legit, this is like 1 second watch and boom.
Yeah.
And even then, like if we were to go back, if we were in Premiere, we could go like
scene by scene.
Scene by scene. Yeah, we should do that next time. But try my best. No, it won't go. So, anyways. In that scene, like the last scene, they actually look like they're posing really well, which is awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. That looks pretty cool too. Like how the Earth is literally kind of folding over and everything like that.
I think that's like a Doctor Strange moment. I'm just thinking of like what Pokemon move could actually do this.
What I heard was Earthquake or like some Onyx maybe. Onyx kind of like Onyx or Steelix kind of like digging through, moving that much because like if you remember the the Index Onyx is a huge Pokemon,
Yeah,
right?
it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how well they've like scaled these. If they scaled these to like anime version, or if they scaled these to real life.
It looks like it's a because I remember in the anime, because I remember there's a scene here, right around the not here. Like look at the Doug trio. It's about the height of the humans, but the Charmander's about calf height, right?
Yeah.
But you can see a few other characters like, that's probably like
I think it's like a Firo.
a Firo or something, probably, right? So it looks like
Trio's
they're
right there.
yeah, that's what I meant. They look like maybe not quite the scale of what they are in the games, but almost more a little more realistic. Because I know there's a scene like when they're in that kind of like restaurant or whatever, outside. There's an Ivysaur, but it looks Ivysaur's supposed to be almost as big as like bigger than like a car,
Yeah.
according to the anime. But it looks like it's maybe the size of like a desk in the scene. Like
Okay.
right,
Well, we'll
so,
get to that scene soon enough. I just
Yeah.
wanted to mention, like, look at all of like the extra detail they went into here. So like they have a Victini restaurant. There's a Whooper right here. Like I can't really make it up. But that kind of looks like a Staryu.
yeah. And then maybe a Butterfree or something.
That's I
Can't tell what that is, but yeah, it shows that
that's
there's like
Tepig, I believe.
yeah, it shows that they went into the real like the world and what you would actually find, right? It's cool.
I know in here, right there, there's a Braviary. Like,
Yeah.
it's a huge bird. Like, that's super cool. Like, look at right here. Look, there's literally a Squirtle squad. That's a Squirtle squad right
Yeah.
there. But that's incredible. I never noticed that on my first watch.
Neither did I.
Yeah. So this is set in London, I guess.
Well, it's set in one of the fictional realms of Pokemon.
I meant as I think it's a scene.
Oh,
setting.
scene. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you mean.
Because like English looking car, steering
Yeah.
wheels on the right side, all these English.
Oh, yeah,
buildings.
the buildings. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But yeah, car. I have no idea how the cars in there are working, or like I'm pretty sure they are on the left side because it's Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought this was just a giant Jigglypuff, and I was just like, what kind of world? The Psyduck. We'll
Yeah.
Go back to the better like. Don't know how I feel about it. I think the hair could have been a little bit longer, but then again, he's looking up, so yeah, that's my critical critique of a real life Pokemon.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks good. Looks fun. You know, it looks like it has a pretty decent story to it as well, right? It's not just go catch Pokemon, right? It actually has a reason behind it.
Yeah. So you can tell here he's a very distinguished cop. Like, look at all these awards he has.
I don't know if that's him or if his.
Or
I
if
think it's
that's
talking about his father.
Yeah. Okay. That would
Because
make
it shows that just after they talk about your dad was really good or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I recognize this symbol. I remember the symbol is from somewhere in the game. This symbol is from Pokemon Ruby when you were like making berries for your Pokemon to enter them in contests. So I'm glad that like they have like tiny little details.
Yeah.
like this.
Little continuity things.
Little Easter eggs. Let's take a look real quick. Sorry, we're just gonna 22 minutes. Holy. Okay, we'll wrap this up real quick. But I think this movie's gonna be a huge success.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's gonna have the love. Like you're gonna have the adults nostalgia and kids getting it that are still playing it. Like
it's still gonna be a good story.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's gonna be
it'll be a hit.
It's gonna be fun. Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's about our take on it. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments or on Twitter or wherever you so please. Send it by mail. If you can find out my address, I'm gonna
send me a
block you.
carrier pigeon.
Yeah, send a carrier pigeon, dude.
What did you think of Bill Mather's comments? If you read it,
Bill Maher's.
Bill Maher. Sorry, I'm just crazy.
Yeah.
We will link the actual story into the description as well. Yeah, comic books, man. It's not just for dumb people. It's for everyone.
It's for everyone. They're simplistic, but that doesn't mean stupid.
Exactly.
They're just fun. They're meant to cater towards kids, and it's just.
But
everyone's a kid at heart.
Yeah, exactly. Just because it's originally for kids doesn't mean it's for not for adults either.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could continue talking about just that specifically for a while.
Have days where we have podcasts that are just gonna last an hour long, and it's not even gonna be both of us going back and forth. It's just gonna be one of us talking, and the other one's just gonna be going, yeah, I see, yes, I agree with this statement.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Wow. Okay, I think we're gonna cut it here, guys. We'll hit you up later. Make sure to subscribe. I'm not gonna annoy you with the bell this time since you got a little mad at me, but.
Thank God.
But yeah, so subscribe, show some love, let us know what you think.
Yeah, sounds good.
Talk to you later.
Peace.
Bye.